Okay, class, it's now in session. Have a seat. Today might be a long one. Today's lecture, we're going to cover the math. You need to know the math, okay? Because if you doesn't, the math will kill you. But the odd thing is, within the math is where you'll find your salvation. For example, let's look at this equation, all right? 1 divided by 0 equals what? Okay? Simple equation. 1 divided by 0 equals what? Some say 0. But that's wrong. The answer to the equation is undefinable. All right? Now, if you know math, you know that I'm right. If you don't, you ask somebody that think they might know math, they'll tell you it's 0. They're wrong. If you have questions about it, call up MIT Math Department, ask them this equation's answer, and they'll tell you, okay? 1 divided by 0 does not equal 0. It's undefinable. 0 divided by 1 is 0. See what I mean? They look similar, but they have different result. A dice setter is not a dice mechanic. Okay? A dice mechanic has the foundation of a dice setter. Now, 1 divided by 0 is not equal to 0 divided by 1. Okay? They look similar, but they're not. It's like you looking in a mirror, right? The image in the mirror is not you. It's a representation of you. It's a reflection, but it does not eat or breathe, okay? You are the real deal. The image in the mirror is a reflection of you, okay? So 1 divided by 0 is undefinable. 0 divided by 1 is 0. 1 divided by 0 does not equal 0 divided by 1. All right? So the math of the game is dictated by 3, 6, 9. All right? 7. It's like Nikola Tesla said, if you know 3, 6, 9, then the key of the universe is yours. All right? Now, if you look at all your famous sport athletes, right? The jersey is 32, 23, 11, 9, 44, 22, 11, etc., 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 right? These are all famous jerseys reserved for membership only, okay? You don't see a famous athlete player with a jersey 2 or a 4 or a 5, all right? When you're watching sport, the camera always pan to these numerology number 3, 6, 9 or equivalent of those. Okay? So you understand the number, understand the math, you understand the game. Okay? All the game in the casino is set up against you. Look at roulette, look at the numbers, okay? Look at blackjack. Look at the numbers. It's all in the numbers, folks. In the game of craps, you get 6-sided dice, okay? 36 ways to make a combination. 7 way you could lose the game. Now, if you understand that, so 36 take away 7 gives you the percentage of winning, okay? All you need to do is make one roll. Anybody can make one good roll if they don't intentionally try to set up and roll for a 7, okay? So when you practice day and night, 365 days a year, for 7, 10 years, you can walk up to the table and make one good roll. Once you make one good roll and you have all the numbers covered, you take your winnings and you walk out the door. You do one roll at a time a day. And that's how you beat the game, staying within the math. That's why you need to know what your SOR are, the average roll. So my SOR right now is 14. Okay? I know I can turn my bet off when I hit 10, 11, 12, right? Anything beyond 14, I'm just merely gambling. Okay. I know the average player of the what the math said, the roll is 6. Beyond 6, the 7 pops up. So when I get to 4, 5, I shut my bet off because I know the 7 is creeping up pretty close. That's what I'm talking about, understanding the math, okay? The math is your key to salvation. If you don't understand it, it's your destruction. This game is about discipline. We're not asking for a long mega roll, okay? We're asking for 2, 3, 4 roll the most and out the door. The longer you stay, the more chance you're going to lose because the math is set up for the long run, okay? The math of the casino is for the long game, the long run, all right? Eventually, it will catch up to you. That's how they make their money. Nobody in their right mind that the casino would think will walk in, make one roll, then walk out, all right? That's our advantage. We hit and we run. One roll in and then out the door. And that's how you build your bankroll. Because the math can't calculate for that X factor for the short game, all right? We're in it for the short game. We plan for the long game, all right? That's about the math. Now, if I bet 110 on all the box number each and 50 on the field number, all right, and I make one good roll, that's a payday. I get all my boys home and I run out the door. And I do that 365 days a week by building my bankroll. The next year I come or the next time, I'm playing with the house money, not my money. Because think about it. Every time you put your money on the line, you're putting a part of your life on that line. All right? So why risk your life to play a game that you know you cannot win in the long run, but you can win in the short run? But the problem is nobody's want to hit and run. They don't want to walk through the door, make one roll, walk out and go home and have a nice day. They want to sit there and push the luck, push the math, because everybody's greedy, right? When you ask a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, how much money is enough? How much is it when you stop making money? You know what his answer is? $1 more. Okay? How much is enough? It's always one more. Okay? How many rolls is enough for you to walk away and say, I made enough? It's one more. You have to have discipline. You have to have a plan. You have to have a calm state of mind. You go in there and you say, I want to make one roll, make my number, take my winning, walk out the door, call it a day. Okay? That's a discipline you have to have. Now, when you go in there and you have scare money, you have 95% chance of losing it anyway, because scare money doesn't make money. When your state of mind is in the fear mode, you're affecting your roll possibility because you're already telling yourself, I'm going to lose, all right? You got to walk up to the table and be a predator. You got to go in there and say, I'm going to make a killing, I'm going to eat what I kill, and I'm going to go take a nap after I eat. That's it, right? You don't see a lion ambushing a water buffalo and thinking about he's going to get killed and horned, right? He takes that risk, he makes his kill, he feed up, and he walks away. That's what we got. We have to have a predator mentality. You got to walk in there and say, I am the king, I have a purpose, I'm going to get what I want, and when I get what I want, I satisfy my purpose, and I'm done for the day, okay? But if you walk in there with scare money, you might as well not go at all, okay? Now, know the math, know the odds that are against you, but the key is also know that the math is calculated for the long game, right? The long game is the math. We're not doing the long game. We're doing the short game. We're doing 1, 2, 3 roll. We're out. Because the longer you stay, the math is going to catch up to you. When we're hunting numbers, the number is hunting us. Don't ever forget that, okay? When we're trying to get our numbers, the 7 is coming to get us. So the longer you stay, the more chances they're going to get. So you don't want to take the chance and have them narrow down your position. You want to get in, get out. All right? And the reason why we train is we can get familiar with our tools so we can know what tool does the job. Okay? Any grunt can pull a trigger. All right? It takes no brain to pull the trigger. Just spray and pray. Right? That's a random shooter. Now, a Reaper, he knows the velocity, the temperature, the wind movement, all right? That's all calculated before he pulls the trigger. We want to be just like a Reaper, all right? One shot, one kill, mission complete. Because that's what we're doing, right? When we accepted the mission, we have a purpose. We have one bullet, and that bullet has to count. There's no retreat, no surrender, and failure is not an option. So that's how I do it. And that's 99.999% chance of winning. One hit, out the door. But people don't do that. They get greed. Remember, greed is one of the original sin. The longer you stay, the more you want, the more it's going to hurt you. And that's the math of the game of crap. It's for the long run. Don't play the long run game. Play the short game. And again, don't forget to show up for practice. Because if you don't show up for practice, you can't beat the game. Now, a lot of the comments that I get is that people want to be trained. They ask me all these questions and everything, right? No problem. I got you. I got your back. All right? Reach out to me. Find my contact on episode 12. Give me a ring, right? I'm willing to work one-on-one for you. And guess what? It's free of charge. Because what I'm doing is I'm recruiting, okay? I'm looking for that lone wolf when the time is ready to bring them back into the pack. And we're going to go hunting as a pack. All right? So in the meantime, you lone wolves train in your location, in your field, and you perfect your skills, sharpen your teeth. And when the time comes, the pack will get together and we're going to take down the prey. Take care. Good luck. Good practice.